What's up, gamers? So we're back with another character guide, and today we're going to be using the little menace himself, Heracles. Now, Heracles is a very small character. He's pretty fast. He's got some very good aerials back here. Very good spike with down there. As you see, it has very little aerial in lag. A very good projectile. So he's a very decent all-around character. Believe it or not, before the starters update, I would have thought he was the best character in the game with his up tilt, which they've changed. But let's just get straight into the guide. So first, let's talk about his B moves. Heracles has some very, very good B moves from his side B, neutral B, down B, which a lot of people hate because at lower level, a lot of people like to spam it. And his up B, which is also very, very ridiculous. So let's talk about neutral B. Neutral B is a slow-moving projectile. As you can see, it moves slow. You can shoot it. You can run out behind it. Also get in front of it, which is a really good thing to do. You can like kind of get in front of it, throw out a button, and it'll cover you if that button gets blocked and they like try and punish you with the grab or anything. So neutral B is a very, very good coverage move. You can only have one on the screen also. So as you see, you can't shoot another one once one's already out. I think that would be pretty broken if he could do that. And another good thing about neutral B is neutral B reacts with his side B. So you can go neutral B and side B. And as you see, you can change the direction of where your neutral B is flying. So, and that also makes your neutral B stronger and makes it go further. Because as you can see, regular neutral B stops about right there. If we shoot it, slap it back the opposite direction, it goes further. It also gives it a bigger hitbox. Certain characters whose up Bs kind of go past the ledge, you can actually hit them with it when they try to grab the ledge. And not only does it interact with, his neutral B interacts with side B, it also interacts with down B. As you can see, if you neutral B, down B, you get to shoot the comet in basically in an upwards direction. You can also kind of influence this direction because it kind of has like I want to say it kind of has like a homing property. If somebody's above you, it would try and kind of try and aim the comet in like their direction. But those are two ways that his neutral B can be used and basically like mixed up. You basically can hit it with side B. You can also absorb it and shoot it upwards with down B. And both of those are stronger than your regular hits with neutral B. So that's a very good tool if someone's choosing to not approach. And neutral B is just a very good neutral tool because you use it and it forces jumps, so you can cover jumps with it. It's also a very good combo tool because if it hits, you can combo it to it with things like down air or also forward air. So it's a very good tool to use. It actually combos into all of his aerials, so you can like kind of combo into it with falling up air for like falling up air combos. That's a very good one because up air covers jumps. And up air also combos, but we'll get into that when we get into the aerial. So neutral B is a very, very good ground control tool for opponents that you don't want to approach or opponents that you want to make them come in. You'll be using neutral B a lot. So let's jump into side B. Side B is basically kind of like a hammer swing. If you've played Kirby, it's kind of like a Kirby swing, and you basically charge it up and you swing. That's basically about it. You can just press it for one swing, and you can hold it so you can walk around with it for a bigger swing. And as you see, it has pretty good launch power. It's not one of his best moves. It's mainly just I use it to hit the comet. It's not one of his best moves. You don't really want to use it in neutral all the time. And the best thing about side B, where you'll mainly be using it at, is it's a recovery move. So you can use it to get further back so you don't have to burn your jump first. You can just kind of like side B, and it'll get you further to the ledge to where you can up B or basically better position yourself because believe it or not, his up B actually doesn't go that far. So that'll about do it for side B. Is, you know, your pretty standard move, but you'll mainly be using it to slap your neutral B back at opponents or basically mix up your neutral B's timing. So let's talk about down B. Down B is the noob killer. A lot of people don't like down B. It's basically a big giant circle that ends in an explosion. It's if someone's hitting you with something, you could technically kind of like mash this move out. It's a very, very annoying move. At lower levels, it's really good, but at higher levels, it's really bad because you can get hard punished for missing it. As you can see, it has pretty good, big in lag. from you see right there. So you don't want to throw this move out all willy-nilly. The best thing you could probably do with it, one of the best things that come from it is basically absorbing the comet. And that's really just about it for down B. It's a really cool move to use though. It also lets you net KOs when you're like struggling to get a KO. And as you can see, 35 from like absorbing the comet and just regularly hitting the neutral. So it's really, really good. Because if you absorb the comet, when you use the neutral B, the comet hits them. So that's a very good thing about Heracles is down B. And it's basically just like an annoyance tool. It helps catch air dodge, it helps catch jumps. And it kills lighter characters like around 90 and medium characters like around 120. That's if they don't, that's if they DI it. So it's a very good move to use. Just kind of like spam it out. You can kind of like parry and you can like parry into it. If you get a parry and you're not sure like which side they're going to be on, it's probably also his best punish out of parry. So you can always remember that if they're at kill percent and you get a parry. You have down B to like net that kill at higher percentages because it's a very, very good kill move and it's very good to use out of parry because you don't have to guess which side. So let's talk about his up B. Heracles' up B is just an explosion that throws him upwards, as you can see. And you go into free fall. You can't move, like you can kind of drift around, but like once you pick a direction, you go that direction. And that's really just about it. It doesn't go too far, even though it looks like it does. As you can see, it does. It looks like it goes far when you use it on the stage, but it doesn't go too far. It's really more of using it like from an angle like right here, so you can get that fly forward momentum and grab the ledge from there. But you don't want to focus on using it from the bottom of the stage because there are times where it will grab the ledge. And there are times where it will go too far and it won't grab the ledge. That's kind of like when anybody else's up B. But his up B is like very, very deceptive. But the one thing about his up B that a lot of people don't know is, if I can hit it, it's a very, very hard hitting kill move off stage. So like when people are off stage, and they kind of have those recoveries where they have to like go in a specific direction, you can just kind of like up B them and you'll probably like get an early kill from it. The hitbox isn't that easy to hit. You kind of like have to time it. But if you do hit it off stage, you'll probably end up netting like a KO because it hits really, really hard. And another good thing about up B is it's also a very good out of shield parry option. So if you parry something on the edge of the stage, you just kind of parry it and up B out of shield, and it destroys like certain characters. That's if you have the range for the parry. I definitely recommend going more for down B out of parry over up B. But if you're confident that you have the up B, it'll work. You'll mainly be using this move to recover and to edge guard certain characters off stage. As you can see, like that range is absolute, like the knockback on the move is like really, really crazy. So like his up B is actually like a secret kill move if you kind of hold it in your pocket like the entire match and you haven't been going off stage for those like edge guards. You just kind of run off like I've shown. Let's see if we can get it off stage. You definitely just kind of run off and up B. And it'll probably get you a kill really, really early. Sophia's recovery is busted. But a lot of characters, it'll get you kills like really, really early. So that'll do it for the neutral. That'll do it for the special moves. Let's get on to the A moves. So Heracles' A moves are actually pretty good. It's actually what he excels at with his down tilt, his up tilt, his aerials like up air, forward air, and back air. So let's just talk about the grounded A moves first. This is his neutral A, which is just a 3-hit jab combo. Does pretty good damage. Basically moves to use to get people off of you. That's basically just about it. But what a lot of people don't know is you can actually cancel out his neutral moves into his other tilts. Basically like down tilt and up tilt. So you can basically do things like 1-2 up tilt. Like that. because his jab is like it's a 4-hit, it's a 3-hit button press, but the middle hit is 2 hits. So basically 1, 2, up tilt. At lower percentages, you can also go 1, 2, down tilt. Yeah, which kind of sucks because we'll see when we talk about down tilt. But yeah, his jab is definitely cancelable, just like 1, 2, 1, 2, up tilt, or 1, 2, or 1, down tilt, 1, 2, down tilt. So you could do things like that. And it sets up for like really good confirms. So you could just kind of like, you know, kind of have your Sandy moments where you could run up to people and just go, or 1, 2, up tilt. And that's the sad part about it because you can cancel it. But the second part of it is like if they're DIing out, the second hit of his jab knocks them far away. It only really combos if they're DIing in. But that's the best thing about his jab. Like I say, you'll mainly be using it as a get off me tool. It's very rare that you'll get the moments where you can go like 1, 2, up tilt, because as you can see, a lot of them fall, like a lot of characters will fall out. It works on bigger characters, like the heavy characters like Macalon and Nico. It works up to higher percentages with them, but most characters you'll basically just be using jab as a get off me move. So now let's go into down tilt. Down tilt's kind of like a trip that knocks upwards. It's very slow. You won't necessarily be using this move a lot. The hitbox doesn't hit that low, so you can't really like 2-frame with it. You don't really get much from down tilt, but it sets up for some pretty cool situations. Like I say, you can always go. I did it too slow. Down tilt. Down tilt. For some pretty cool, like, you know, basically like a pretty cool combo. But the sad part about down tilt is that if your opponent's DI'd out, you don't get the down tilt to forward air. So it looks like it kind of combos, but if your opponent's DIing out, you can't really get any moves. So it's basically like a surprise move. If you catch your opponent DIing in, you get some pretty good confirms. And you basically want to use it like from mid percentages to like higher percentages. As basically like a DI mix-up move. Because if they don't DI it, you get things like forward air. If they don't DI, you get things like down air. Wait for the Fury State to go off. But his down tilt's a very niche move. I don't find myself using down tilt a lot. Like I say, I only really use it for DI mix-ups for things like that. But most of the time at higher levels, everybody's like ready to DI Heracles like moves out backwards. So it's very rare that I catch someone off guard with it. Now let's go into his up tilt. His up tilt is probably his main grounded A move you're going to be using. It's his main combo starter, one of his best poke moves. You want to kind of run it. You want to let's get rid of the neutral B. You want to run at people with up tilt after you shoot neutral B. That way, if they try and punish it, they get hit by neutral B. But up tilt is basically your go-to move because up tilt gives you all of your aerial combos. It gives you up tilt neutral air. It gives you up tilt down air. It gives you up tilt up tilt forward air. And if you're fast enough, you can get up tilt back air. But I'm not even fast enough to get that. That was neutral air. But basically, you get what I'm saying. Up tilt is basically his main combo starter. At lower percentages, you can get 2 up tilt. So you can go up tilt into neutral air. Up tilt into up air. I missed my up air. Into up air, as you can see. And then basically around these mid percentages, it'll be 1 up tilt. And if they DI'd in, you can only get up tilt to neutral air. But if they DI'd out, you'll be able to get the things like up tilt forward air. So his up tilt's very good. The up tilt is basically the main move you're going to be using. You're going to want to space around it. It's going to be your combo starter. And as you can see, he slides when he does it. So you can just kind of slide in with it. That makes it really good. Another thing is you could use up tilt to charge basically all of your directional moves because up tilt combos into everything. Around lower percentages, I like to go up tilt down air. And that's kind of like my favorite setup because if they don't air dodge after the down air, you get different follow-ups. So up tilt's your main grounded move that you're going to be using a lot. Jab's going to be your get off me move. Down tilt is basically your It's your check move to see if they know what they're doing, to see if they're DIing correctly, because it doesn't really combo like that unless your opponent makes a mistake. Now, for dash attack, Heracles' dash attack is kind of like, just basically like a lunge forward. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. The angle knocks upwards. So at lower percentages, it seems like you can combo from it, but you really can't because of how much in lag it has. But it sets up for some pretty good situations. So like at lower percentages, if they don't do anything after you dash attack, you can go dash attack up tilt. But you really kind of want to hit with the edge of it. As you can see, it knocks them like, it doesn't knock. So it has two hit spots. The sweet spot, and then the later hitbox, which is a soft spot, which kind of pushes them forward. The main thing you want to do is hit the sweet spot for that launch. And you want to knock them up at higher percentages. It does kill, but like I say, if you can run at them and hit them with dash attack, you can run at them and hit them with up tilt, which will give you more combos and more setups. So you won't really be, I don't really use dash attack that much unless I know I can't get over there for the punish. And as you can see, dash attack has some pretty good launch. And eventually it will kill. I want to say medium characters like around 130. So once again, it's kind of like a surprise kill move. Just kind of like that, kind of like Sivi's dash attack. So we have up tilt, down tilt, jab, dash attack. Now let's talk about his forward smash. Heracles' forward smash is actually deceptively strong. It hits really, really hard. It's a very, if you have a read on the forward smash and you can get a kill, I would definitely recommend it, even though you can get kills from using other things like aerials. But forward smash hits really, really hard. It's not safe on shield, so you can't really throw it out. But as you can see, it has like an invisible hitbox range, if I can space it, range in front of it. That does give you like that extra oomph. Let's see if I can, I think it's about right here. See if we can, yeah. So it kind of has like that invisible hitbox range on it. It's basically going to be like your big punish move, but once again, if you can, if the forward smash won't kill, I recommend just punishing with up tilt into another aerial, because if you can forward smash them, you can up tilt them, and up tilt gives you a whole lot more. I'm talking about up tilt a lot because up tilt is a part of his, is like basically a part of his entire game plan. You want to get those up tilts and get those big combo extensions and from the combo starter. You basically want to up tilt, down air, up air, forward air, things like that. So let's go into his aerials. So now we're going to talk about Heracles' aerials. Heracles' aerials are actually very, very good. This is kind of like where he excels at a lot, because he can just kind of like throw out aerials in neutral and keep your opponents out. They have really decent range for him to be such a small character, because he's swinging with the sign. So like for him to be so small, his aerials actually have a lot of range. So let's talk about neutral air. Neutral air is just a big explosion. It's kind of like your superstar neutral air, a big circle around you. The best thing about neutral air is that at lower percentages, let me reset the training dummy. At lower percentages, it sets up for combos, as you can see. It also sets up for tech situations if they don't do, like if they don't tech, it sets up for really good tech situations. Neutral air is also a two-part hitting move. And the second part is the part with the big launch. And then you also have, as you see right there, the first hit, which is very rare that you'll only get one hit of neutral air. I don't even think I can like get one hit to show you. So like, yeah, it's very rare that you'll only get one hit of neutral air, but the fact that it is two hits is very good, because the first hit always confirms into the second hit. So neutral is a very, very good get off me tool. It's also one of his, a very good kill move, as you can like see the launch. It's a very good kill move. Since it's such an active hitbox, it's also a very good edge guarding move. So neutral air is a very, very good move to use. As you can see, you can get 3 in like a double jump sequence. And I think you get 2 from like, yeah, 2 from a full hop. So like neutral air is like really good, especially when you have opponents that are approaching by jumping. You can kind of see it, you can kind of like call out jumps with neutral air, because it sets up for like such good situations. Now let's talk about forward air. Forward air is Probably my second favorite aerial from Heracles. It's just kind of like two big swings with the stop sign. And it has big range. It also kills. Has very good launch. If you space it, it's safe on shield. Your opponents if you space this, your opponents have to parry it in order to get a punish. It's so fast, you can just call out jumps with it, and you get to fade in and out with it, as you can see. You just get to do it does so much. It covers a lot and kind of forces your opponent to shield. You can combo into it from up tilt, as you can see right there. But the way to combo into it from up tilt, there's kind of like a trick to it, because if your opponent's not DIing, up tilt will send them like kind of above and behind you, as you can see, which makes it pretty hard to get the forward air. So you have to up tilt, move back, and then forward air. So that's how you'll get the forward air out of up tilt. You can't just go up tilt forward air, because then you'll miss. You have to up tilt, move back, and then forward air, which is it's pretty difficult to do. Once you do it enough, you'll get used to it. But you definitely, if you plan on maining Heracles, you definitely want to get it down pat, because up tilt to forward air is one of your best kill confirms. It destroys people. And then he also, since it's a two-hitting move, he also has forward air 1. As you can see. Yes. But the thing is, in Flash Party, most forward air 1 moves don't have enough hit stun for you to do anything with it. So he doesn't get much from it. He just kind of gets a knock up, and it's one of those situations where if they're not ready, you might be able to get like a forward smash out of it. But it doesn't really combo, so there's no real reason to go for forward air 1. You always want to aim for the second hit of forward air, because that's the hit with all the launch. So like if the opponent was jumping, they could have gotten out of the forward air 1, because you can just kind of like jump or hold shield to get an air dodge. Forward air is also a very good offstage edge guarding move, because if you catch your opponents with it, you can throw out so many. It lingers for so long. And you forward air someone like off stage, they just kind of like get obliterated and die, because the angle it sends opponents is like straight forward, as you can see. So it's a very, very good move, very good neutral spacing move. Like using forward air along with neutral air kind of keeps people in check. Neutral air being a multi-hitting move, you can fall on people's shield with it, because they have to parry both hits to punish it. So as you're starting to see, Heracles has some very, very good aerials. Now let's talk about my favorite aerial, which is up air. So I actually love Heracles' up air. It's very good. It's a very good combo starter, and you can combo into it from up tilt, as you can see. And then hitting up tilt into other aerials are also really good. See if we can get a kill here. And I can show you how up tilt's a very good combo starter. So you can fall, landing up air, up tilt, neutral air. As you can see, up air is a very good combo starter. You can do things like falling up air into up air, things like that. You can also do things like falling up air into forward air, because falling up air is very, very good. Very, very good. It's probably like your second best combo starter outside of up tilt. So up air, up tilt, up air, things like that. And mid percentages, hitting an up tilt leads to like forward air. So you can do things like falling up air, double jump, forward air. Forward air didn't connect because it's a two-hitting move. But you can kind of see it. Like up air is a very, very good move to use. It also has a backwards hitbox, so you can land on people backwards and still get combos from it that way. It's very, very good. And the best thing about it is if you land on people backwards, it basically sets them up for another up air. So you don't have to run forward if you land on them backwards. So now let's get into back air. Back air is a really, really hard hitting move. As you can see, it almost killed at 80 from like center stage. Back air hits ridiculously hard. I don't want to say like, it definitely doesn't hit as hard as Thanatos' back air, but it's definitely something where like, they have to parry it to punish it because you kind of throw it out and fade back with it, as you can see. And if they take the risk to parry it, they just kind of like get exploded by back air. Back air absolutely slaps and destroys people when you hit the sweet spot. Because back air also has a soft spot. I don't think I'll be able to get it. I can't get it. But back air definitely has a soft spot. Back air has a soft spot. Oh, I can't get it. I can't show the soft spot. Back air has a soft spot that actually doesn't launch outwards. It launches upwards. It's very rare that you get it. But you'll notice when you get in the middle of a match, because you'll be like, oh no, I got soft spot back air because back air did not kill. But back air is going to be like one of your kill moves. It's actually at higher percentages. How I said you can call out jumps with forward air. At higher percentages on a ledge, you want to call out jumps with back air because you just kind of like throw out back airs and fade. And being able to throw out 3 of these while your opponent's like trapped on the ledge is actually very, very crazy, as you can see. And it lingers, so it's not a hard move to hit. It's a very, very good move. And if you're just trying to like space out your opponent, keep them at bay, you want to throw out those back airs. You can't really punish them, can't really do much about them unless they parry. So it basically forces your opponent to like take the risk and parry, or probably die from the back air. So that's back air, forward air, up air, neutral air. Let's talk about down air. So Heracles' down air is actually deceptively big and very good. One thing I like to do with down air is that down air, you can run at people in down air and it'll hit from a full hop. If I can get my full hop. Like that. And if you full hop and do it and they're shielding, down air becomes safe on shield. So it's a very, very good move to just kind of like run at opponents and throw out. If you're positive you're going to hit it, you don't have to move forward. You can down air into up tilt. You can also combo into down air from like falling up air. So you can go falling up air into down air into another falling up air. Because if you full hop and down air, you can throw out an up air before you hit the ground. So you can do things like down air. So at lower percentages, you can do things like down air, up tilt, down air, up tilt. And if your opponent doesn't like air dodge or anything after the down air, you just kind of get like rinse and repeat it. And also you can combo into down air from up tilt, as you can see right there. So his down, like I say, his down air is like pretty good. I'm not even going to say it's pretty good. It's actually very, very good. So you can do things like that because his down air just kind of like slaps so hard. And as you can see, it slaps so hard on the stage. It also spikes really hard off stage. Heracles has some deceptively like strong moves. So you can do things like that. And this is from rising down air, because if you fall with down air, you have too much end lag to combo from it. So rising down air will be like your combo starter. And it'll also be like a very potent kill move off stage. And like I said, if your opponent's sitting in shield a lot, you can just kind of run at them and full hop down there. If it hits, you jump back for the follow-up. If it doesn't hit, this is safe on shield because you keep moving and you can cover yourself with another aerial. So if the down air doesn't hit, you can double jump with back air, or you can even down air. Can I get it? You can even down air to neutral air to cover yourself if you don't want to use your other jump. You can even down air to cover your jump with up air. So down air is a very, very good useful move in neutral. Very, very big hitbox. Very good for doing combos. Very good for starting combos. Also being a very, very good combo ender. And at mid percentages, if your opponent isn't ready to tech, you get to do things like this. I jump back. Like that. So like I say, Heracles has like some combos. They're kind of like pseudo combos. Because if your opponent is DIing out, you won't get a lot of these. But if they're not ready for them, you get a lot of good kill confirms and you get a lot of damage. And Heracles can be very, very annoying to deal with in the neutral because of the tools he has. So let's talk about Heracles' grab. His grab has pretty short range, as you can see. Really small arms. The sad thing about Heracles' grab is that it looks like it combos. As you can see, I mean, that's basically like the perfect angle, right? That's the perfect angle for combos. So you're like, of course, odd that combos. But if your opponent DIs out, they always get away. They don't even have to jump. If your opponent is DIing out, they don't even have to jump away from this grab. You get no follow-ups. The best time to use this grab is when your opponent isn't expecting to DI. And hopefully you get them on the DI mix-up. But if they're holding back, you will never get like a follow-up from his forward throw. It's a very good situational. And since you're never sure if your opponents are going to DI back because you have to react so soon, just immediately, if you get a forward throw, just grab and forward air immediate. Because the best thing about Heracles is even if they do DI grab backwards, you get the forward air and follow their drift with forward air, or you can reset a safe neutral and follow with a spaced forward. So like I say, it doesn't always combo, but if it doesn't combo when you go for it, you're basically safe because Heracles' aerials are so good. Back throw is your standard, basically get off me kind of tool. Has basically sends a pretty good distance. It does not kill. Is basically a get off me kind of throw to get people off you and basically kind of like reset that neutral. And that's just about it for his grabs. So let's talk about combos. Heracles has a lot of pseudo combos. That's what I like to call them because a lot of them aren't true. So we'll talk about the true combos and then we'll talk about the pseudo combos. The true combos at lower percentages are up tilt, neutral, or things like up tilt, then full hop, up tilt, down air. So at lower percentages, the next move after up tilt, that's going to be your true. That's your true confirm. Anything after that is going to be a pseudo combo that depends on whether they DI'd or not. And most of your combos are going to come from up tilt. Missed my up air. Up tilt, up air. As you can see, which sets up for a very good situation because up tilt is a very good kill move. You can do things like falling, up air, up tilt, neutral air. In case you're not, because at lower percentages, it's really hard to like get that up air because you have to like short hop and do it. If you can get that up air at lower percentages, I definitely recommend it because up air is a very, very good combo extender. I was gonna say if I can kill the training dummy. So like I always said, a lot of your combos are gonna come from up tilt. Besides up tilt, you have your combo starter being up air. For things like up tilt, up air, up tilt. And like I always say, up air is gonna be a very good combo starter for things like up air, up tilt, into like neutral air, or you could do things like falling up air, into forward air. Cause like at mid percentages, up air just kind of like combos into a lot. But like once they're past those mid percentages, up air kind of like not so far away that it's harder to get those combos. So they're not true combos if you get them. If your opponent DIs in, you can still get them. But if they DI out, you can't get those combos after up air. So I'll say it again, at lower percentages, you have up tilt as a combo starter, and you have up air as a combo starter because you can do things like up air, up tilt, up air, or up air, forward air, things like that. Another big combo starter, like I said before, is his grab. Because it's not true. It's more like a pseudo combo. If they DI, you can't really do much with it. If they don't DI, you get big hits like forward throw, neutral air, forward throw, forward air. That's basically just about it. But most of his true up tilts are going to come from up tilt. And at higher percentages, when you need that kill confirm, you have up tilt to up air. And as you can see, eventually it will start killing because up tilt has so much launch. And then you also have up tilt, jump back. Well, that was neutral air. Neutral air also starts killing. But we have up tilt. I can't. It's so hard to get it. I don't think I can get it. At least not with Fury on. We'll try one more time. You have up tilt. Forward air. There we go. Like I say, that's really, really hard to get because you have to get used to like moving back and then going for the forward air. You have to like move back slightly and then go for the forward air. So that'll do it for about his true combos. Like I say, his true combos, he doesn't have much. They're kind of like 1 or 2 hits. Like I say, you have up tilt into like down air. Like I say, so up tilt, down air, 1 true combo, up tilt, neutral air. Like I say, his up tilt just kind of like leads to another hit, and those are the true combos. And then the hits after that are just kind of like pseudo combo hits. And you have up tilt into up air, which sets up for a really good position. You have up tilt, neutral air, which just knocks people off stage, sets up for a good position. And if you get the up tilt, I can't even get it. It's so hard to show it off. Up tilt, forward air. There we go. So those are kind of like his kill confirms and combos. So let's talk about Heracles' neutral. So Heracles is a very fast character, as you can see. I love his dash. Heracles is a very fast character. His neutral basically consists of locking down your opponents with Comet. That was the enhanced Comet. But locking down your opponents with the regular Comet and calling out their reactions to Comet. So a lot of people like to jump. So if you use Comet, you can cover it with forward air. And if they jump, they get hit by forward air. You can cover it with neutral air. So a lot of your neutral involves using Comet. A lot of opponents that get aggressive so that you can't use Comet as much. You have very good aerials to keep people out, such as forward air, back air. You have falling up air to set people up for kill confirms or to set people up for combos. But a lot of your neutrals basically going to be using Comet and running behind it with up tilt, or you using Comet and calling out an option with forward air. I recommend starting a lot of your matches off with using Comet and then running in and up tilting, because if your opponent doesn't jump, it tells them that you're going to start calling out their jumps with forward air, so they won't jump. You basically want to force your opponent to jump so you can anti-air them with things like forward air and up air, or beat them out with neutral air. And basically you want to get in close and get those up tilt confirms, and you basically want to focus on building your basically character meter at the top. That's basically just about it. That's going to be the neutral with Heracles. So let's talk about Heracles' 2 mechanics that you've probably been seeing a lot throughout this training mode, because they've been going off randomly. Now I always forget that I have them. So Heracles' unique skill is Fury. Every time the bar above Heracles is basically like character name, as time goes on, it builds up. As he gets hit, it builds up even more. It does not build up when you damage opponents, but basically, like I say, as you get hit, it builds up. As you can see, the purple bar going up. And once it gets full, Heracles goes into a state called the Fury state, which I think is good and I think is bad. It basically turns Heracles into a moving hitbox. So let me charge it up and I can show you here. As you can see, once it's maxed, Heracles goes into the Fury state and he becomes a walking hitbox. As you can see, it's very good for getting confirms and it's very good for extending combos. The downside about it is once you're in Fury state, you cannot block. That's the very bad downside about it. If you're fighting a ranged like projectile spamming opponent, being in Fury state is kind of like one of the worst things you want to happen, because you can't block projectiles anymore. But like I say, it turns you into a walking hitbox, so characters that have to get close to you, you just kind of run at them with the Fury state on. You get free confirms, free follow-ups, and also the initial startup of the Fury state, you are invincible, but you also have end lag on the startup of Fury state. So if you start off if the Fury state happens and you're in a bad position, you could probably get hard punished for doing it. And in some positions, it could save you because your opponent cannot be expecting you to become invincible when you do it. But like I say, Fury state's pretty good. It's basically like a double-edged sword, because you become a walking hitbox that leads to confirms and more combos. But you can't block. You also become faster. As you can see, he has like a normal dash speed, but when he's in Fury state, he definitely becomes faster, so you can be a lot more aggressive. A lot of opponents will like try and camp you out and run away from you when you're in Fury state, or when they see you're about to go into Fury state. So very big double-edged sword, very good. I think it's more on the good side than it is on the bad side. The bad side is that you can't block, but the positives are just so good because as you can see, the speed boost is really good. Becoming basically a walking hitbox, you just kind of get to run at people and basically just like throw out moves at them, and they can't really do much about it. So that would be Fury State. Now let's talk about his character specialty. So Heracles is an all-arounder. All-arounders basically get advantages for hitting moves in every single direction. And basically what I mean by that is if you hit side B, it charges up the side B circle up top. If you hit forward air, or anything side air, if you hit any of the side aerials such as forward air or back air, it charges up the side meter. So you have side B, and you have forward air and back air to charge up the side meter. If you hit down tilt, down B, or down air, it charges up the down meter. And if you hit up air, I missed the up B. Up B or up tilt, as you can see, it charges up the up arrow meter. So that's up tilt, up air, up B. For the up ones, you have forward air, you have back air for the side ones, and you also have side B. And then for the down ones, you have down tilt, down air, and down B. And once the meter full, as you can see, it becomes a bar with a star, and it basically gives Heracles a giant spirit bomb. And if you hit your opponent, it carries them off stage into the death box. So it's very good at netting those secret kills, and it's very easy to build up those bars from it because, as I've been saying through the playthrough, a lot of his combo starters are the moves that build up meter. So you have up tilt into neutral air, which kind of like puts people out. You have up tilt into down air, into up air, into forward air. And as you can see, I got half meter on down air and on forward air from that one combo. You also have at like mid percentages, you have combos like up tilt into full hop down air, and basically that charges up the downwards one. And basically like spacing with forward air will charge up the side aerial, will charge up the side one, because you're going to be spacing with forward air and back air a lot. So it's very, very easy to basically charge Heracles' meter. And most characters, I basically save off on the meter and wait for like the last stop. But with Heracles, I like to throw it off immediately because it's so easy to get it back. And if you hit someone and they can't DI out of it, you probably get a kill at like 0. So that's Heracles is like basically his specialties and his traits for being Heracles. So I think that will just about do it. We've covered his aerials, special moves, we've covered the Fury State, we've covered his character trait, we've covered grabs. That will just about do it for Heracles. So there you have it. That is the Heracles character guide. Like I say, he's a very fun character to play. A lot of people like playing him. A lot of people like being fast with him. Like I said, before the update, I thought he was the best character in the game, but they changed this up to the lot. He's still really, really good. He just has to play neutral a little bit harder, and you have to fish for those kills a little bit harder. But that'll be the Heracles guide. Be on the lookout for the Heracles gameplay video to go along with the Heracles guide. And like I always say, if the video helps you out or you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you like the video, leave a like. And if you want to see more Flash Party content, more Flash Party guides, because they're coming, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.